Happy Friday! We made it to Friday. My name is Beth, and I'm an infinite designer with ChalkCouture. If you're hopping on, please say hello. I'd love to see you in here. I have a really fun project tonight, and I'm going to invite our VIP group in here. There it is. Turn the volume down. Just thinking about it. Sometimes it takes a little while for it to catch up, so there it is. Share it. Oh, you're not supposed to say share. You're supposed to say sprinkle. So if you are watching, would you please sprinkle it? Hey, Barb, welcome back. It's nice to see you. You're going to like this project tonight. So we better get going because we kind of have it's going to be kind of busy. I did a prototype because it's, first I want to give thanks to Carmen Hyde, who gave me the inspiration for this. She did this project and I messaged her, and she gave me the her video of how she did it, so that was really helpful. And I had fun doing it, so some of you may have seen it also. She's a very talented designer. This is my take on it, so this is what we're doing tonight. Isn't it just lovely? So I'm going to go step by step how to do this, and she actually had it on the Aiden board, and I'm going to, good morning, good evening, whatever, it's fine with me. We're going to put it on our 9x12 double-sided box frame on the brown side. So I think it'll look pretty. I'm just going to set this aside. And I'm making this for a raffle for Mountain Traders. That's the consignment shop that has my things there. So they're having their grand opening the 24th and 25th of this month. So they asked for some donations, and I was happy to help them out with it. So pretty. I have a piece of water paint. What is this called? Let me grab the tablet so I can give you the name of it. Watercolor paper. It looks like this. So I got this, and I got a good set of X-Acto knives, so you need that. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about this. This is our October Club Couture transfer of the month. And what Club Couture is, it's a home subscription company where you sign up for it, and this is delivered to your home with free shipping with 3 coordinating paste packets every month. So you get a project. It's a great way to ease into, see if you really like it, and to have some fun. And it's just really great. And if this was a brand new transfer, I would fuzz it about 10 or 12 times before I put it on paper. I'm not even going to wax this paper because I've used this so many times already. So I'm just going to lay it down here on the paper. You see okay? Looks like you can. Lay it down here on the paper, line it up. And the first thing we're going to do is, oops, I got a little bump of something under there, it seems like. Maybe not, I don't know. Nope, just push this down. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to paste the wheat or the floral element right here. So we're going to get some paste on that and dry it. So there's a few steps to this little project. See how loose my transfer is? I've used it a lot. That's the great thing about these transfers. They are silk screen adhesives, and they're reusable 10 to 12 times with good care. I'll try and keep an eye on the comments over here. Hey, Brian, I am having a great weekend. Are you having a good weekend? It's raining, which it is lovely. And I made a big pot of minestrone soup this morning. So that's all done. Get some squeegees out here. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some camel. And I do recommend using the new formula paste for this project. You don't want it dry, you want it a little bit wet, because the paper tends to absorb that moisture pretty quickly. So I'm just going to open this up. And we're going to just paste, like I said, we're just going to paste the wheat. I think that's what this is. Looks like wheat to me. So I'm just going to get my paste over this element. Sometimes when I'm trying something new, I do a prototype first, so I kind of have an idea of how it goes. And I'm glad I did, because I did use, well, I don't know, I might have used an old paste, I don't remember now, but it dried really fast and it didn't lay down, so I had to do it over. And if you go over and get on the lines, it's okay, because we're going to go over that anyway. So it's kind of a forgiving project. And then scrape it down, skim it down like you do normally. And that's all we're going to do right now. Put your excess paste back in your jar, save every little bit of it. And now I'm going to pull this up. Make sure it's covered where I want it. Looks good, looks good. Looks really good. Okay, and I'm going to wash this because we're going to be reapplying this while that's kind of drying. I have my tub of water here. I'm just going to wash that paste off the front. We'll get this drying so it's almost ready to go when we go to set it back down. I love this transfer. I saw that the November transfer of the month, ChalkCouture of the month, they showed that today on some of my chalk sites. It's really cute. And if you're a designer or a club member and you place an order from the 15th of the month to the end of the month, then that gets added to your order so you don't have to wait for it, which is always fun to get a jump start on these. So let's dry this. Dries pretty quickly on that paper. Like I said, the paper absorbs a lot of the moisture in the paste. You just want to make sure it's dried really well, because now we're gonna watercolor. And besides today, I don't think I've done that before, and it came out really pretty. So I'll have one to keep and one that I'm going to donate. That's good. Nice and dry. So I don't know what colors Carmen chose, but I chose this gold, Harvest Gold, and I have our copper. And I have our little paintbrush that came in our artist toolkit. I'm going to spray a little tiny bit of water in the lid, and I'm going to add a little bit of this chalk paste just right into the lid here and get it kind of watered down a little bit. have my brush loaded. And so now we're just going to randomly start painting inside. Try and stay inside the line the best you can. And we're just going to paint these little areas here. And at first it looks like, well, it's not really showing up, but you'll be surprised at how well it does show up when we're done. I was anyway. Maybe you won't be surprised, but I was. So just random little ones. And you could do any, I thought I also thought that the Shimmer Melon, I thought that this would be pretty in there too. It's kind of an orangey pink, but it wasn't really in the same tones that I was going for. So, but that would be pretty in another project. Just so fun to try new things. Barb, did you have a good time camping? Did you go fishing? Let's see, there's 3 there. Let's get this one. And if you go over the line a little bit, it's okay because, like I said, we're going to paste over that anyway. There has been a fly in this room all day long. I don't know. It's gonna die if I get a hold of it. It's been landing on me. This is so fun. I love doing this. This is a fun technique. Especially with these shimmers. I mean, you just can't go wrong with the shimmers if you ask me. Just turn your project around so it's comfortable for you to work on it. Wish my brush was not quite so wide. Okay, there's our gold, so you can see. I don't know if it really shows up in the, you can see it a little bit. Let me rinse this brush off, and now we'll do the copper. There's usually enough paste stuck to the top of your lid that you can make a watercolor out of it. So the watercolor technique is not new. I just haven't used it before. But the 3D effect for me is new. It was really fun to do. Get just a little more color in there. That fly's gonna die. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why flies are hatching right now anyway. It's been so cold outside. That's probably why they're inside. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think if a little bit of the white is showing through, that's okay too. Looks so pretty. All right, let's put these away. We're done with these. Now I need the shimmer olive. I did try using this tool and it really didn't work very well for me. It's more of a cleanup tool, I think. I'm going to do the little leaves green just to throw some extra color in there. Okay, we almost have this part done. So it's kind of like, you know, just coloring in between the lines. Hi Cindy, thanks for watching tonight. No fishing, bike riding, walking, campfires, rain and sunshine every day, but lots of fun. That sounds like a great time. That sounds like a really good time. A little bit of everything. It's kind of fun when you're in your camper and it's raining because you get to hang out inside. That's fun. All right, so we're going to dry this. This is what we have so far. Isn't it pretty? I just love it like that even. I guess these could be wheat. One time I thought I did them like they were pine cones, because they look like pine cones to me too. I guess it's whatever the impression it leaves on you. Okay, well that's good. Let's set that aside for a second. Let me grab our transfer over here that's wet. We have to make sure it's completely dry before we lay it back down. So I'm going to press it between two fuzzy cloths using the microfiber side to get most of the moisture out. That gets a lot of it off. And now I'm just going to use our quick dry tool to dry this. This is a really crafty project tonight. This might be like one of the best things I love about this tool is being able to use it on your transfers and not ruin them. It's such a low heat temp. It's only about 140 degrees. Okay, that's good. That feels maybe just a little bit more on the edge. The silk screen is dry, but the vinyl part feels cool to the touch, so that lets me know it's still wet. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this back up. It's going this way. Get rid of this towel. I'm going to line this back up right over our little wheat or pine cones or whatever they are, so that you don't see any of the white. So all you see is the outline of the pine cone. That looks really good. Push out your air. And now I'm going to find the bark that looks like chocolate pudding to me. This is going to look really nice on our box frame. I'm going to use the small squeegee and get a big scoop of this out. Make sure I don't have any air in here. And I'm just going to apply this over the transfer, cover up the entire thing. Everything we've already chalked, we're going right back over it. Make sure everything's covered really well. Putting that excess back in the jar, and now I'm going to go through and skim it down. What's good about skimming it down too, it gives you a second chance to go over it and see if you missed any spots, especially on really busy transfers. Okay, that looks good. Let's pull this up. Beautiful. Okay, let me wash this off again really quick. If you wash your transfer as soon as possible, it makes for really easy cleanup, and then you don't have to worry about your paste drying in your silk screen. And that's the part that's most important. You want to get that clean right away. So I'm just using a board eraser and getting the paste off the front the best I can in this tub of water. I recommend taking it to your sink and using your spray nozzle to help you clean it. Really good. But nobody wants to wait for me to go do that. I don't even want to wait for me to go do that. Okay, that looks good. Add some pudding down here still. All right, let's try that again over there. Don't want to drip on our project. Now we're going to dry this again. The new paste we just put down, and then I'll hold it up and show you. Let's see. Those shimmer colors just look so pretty on there. It's really, really pretty. comes the kind of this might be the hardest part for me, is getting it cut evenly out. Make sure these are all screwed back together. Push that stuff aside. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just cut this out and try and stay like equidistance. Like this is, I don't know how much that is, maybe a, let me see here. I don't even know how you tell. It's about a ½ inch, I guess. I'm going to try and stay about a ½ inch all the way around. I may not have passed paper cutting in elementary school. Give a little bump there for our wheat that's off there. I'm one of those people that can't tell you what distance things are either. I think on my prototype I went back and kept retrimming and retrimming it. Well, it's not too bad, I don't think. I'm going to just kind of trim up the little knobs. This is where I get into trouble. Trying to trim it up. Trying to even it up. Keep going. There's probably an easier way to do that, but I don't know what it is. Okay, so this is what we have now. What do you think? Hi, Christina. Thanks for hopping on tonight. That's really nice. Hi, Susan. Good way of coloring inside the lines and having it look gorgeous. Yeah, isn't that gorgeous? It really came out so pretty. Okay, so now, we're not done yet. This part is not hard, it's just a little tedious. So you need to have your self-healing mat or have a like a piece of cardboard or something. If you have a self-healing mat, it's really good. And grab a really nice sharp X-Acto knife or Sharpie. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut around the little wheat, but make sure we don't cut all the way, cut it out all the way. We want a little place where it lifts up. So, and I just started just above the stem. That's dry, right? Yeah. Make sure it's dry, and just follow, cut along the line. What I did was did the top ones and then turned it upside down and did the bottom ones. So you see, this is just a little tedious here, but you get the idea of what we're doing. Now, let's see, I turned it, I don't know, to get these now. And it has to, you have to push kind of hard for it to go through. And I'm not an expert on these X-Acto knives either, so I don't know if I'm using the right blade or not. But it was new and sharp, so. There we go, I think we got it. Let me see one somewhere. Right here. Now you want to pop up? Not yet. It was a little bit easier when I wasn't on live, if you can imagine that. You kind of feel like you're under pressure for some reason. Even though I know you all are so very, very patient. There we go. There we go. So then they just pop up like that. So you got to have this little 3D effect here. Okay, let's just finish up. Let me see if I can be a little bit quicker this time. You don't want to be so quick that you slice your finger either, though. I don't want to bleed on this pretty project. Especially since I'm giving it away. That would not be good. I think, oops, I know what I did. I'd get my knife there and then spin it. That's what I was doing. And just almost to the edge. Just go over it one more time. That's probably why Carmen did a video and then fast forwarded so people didn't have to watch her do this all the way through, because it is a little time consuming. It's worth it for the finished project though. There we go. And this is I think this is called a 140 weight paper, and so it's pretty thick. There's one. Let's get this little leaf here. And then what I could do is finish doing this off camera, but show you what else I'm going to do to this. So you get the idea. Isn't that cute? It's so cute. Carmen did such a nice job photographing hers. It just popped out so nicely. So it was really eye-catching. I think it gets a little faster as you go and start gaining a little confidence in your knife cutting or X-Acto knife skills. I'm gonna look and see where the hang up is at the top up here this time. A little bit over here. And that's what's nice about this self-healing mat is it will not damage your self-healing mat when you're cutting on it like this. That's why it's called self-healing, I guess. Makes sense. There we go. There we go. That's the ticket. Pivot with your knife tip in the mat. Good. Just a couple more. And I go right to the edge when the leaves aren't connected to the stem. I just go right to the edge where the design starts. This takes a lot of concentration, and I will check comments in just a second. Last one. Thank you for if you're hanging in there with me. Thank you very much. If you're not, you gotta go start dinner and want to come back and catch the replay, that's great too. You want to sprinkle this to your friends, that's even greater. If you have questions about what I'm doing or why I'm doing this, let me know. the last one. I think it's going to pop up. There we go. Okay. So there's all of our little elements that are popped up now. This one isn't popped up all the way. There we go. Okay, so this is what we have right now. I don't know, kind of reminds me of like a birthday card type thing. So, isn't that nice? It's so pretty. Now, I'm not finished with that quite yet. I'm going to grab some distressing ink, and I'm going to, this is the walnut stain. Is that the one I want? I think I want, I'm going to try the vintage photo, and yeah, and I'm just going to put a little bit of this around and then smear it with my finger. I'm going to put it on my finger and smear it. Just to age the sides of the paper a little bit, and then I'll put a little bit in the center too. Just so it's not quite so bright. When you use your finger, you can get in here between these stems. Just aging this paper a little bit. That's it. Okay. There, now it's a little darker. Okay, so now what I thought I would do, make sure those keep popped up, is grab our board over here, and how this is going to go is I'm going to use, I think, these little 3M tags. And I was thinking about, I mean, you guys tell me, I was thinking about putting a design, a pattern behind it. Do you think it needs one? I was thinking about the, not the farmhouse tile, country tile, I think it's called. So that's kind of my idea right there, and then I could put some ribbon on it. But I could chalk the back of this and distress it. I might do that. Looking at it now, I might do that. I think that I'm going to let you go though. We've been on for quite a while. So let's see if I have any questions here. Hi, Helen. Thank you for watching. So what I think I'm going to do is think about if I want to put a pattern on the back. I'll show you the one I was thinking about. This one. It might be kind of pretty in the back in camel. If you can picture that on the frame, and then this over it. I was just worried that it might be too busy. I don't know. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to think about it some more. So I think that's all I have for you tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow at 4:30. So until we chalk again, take good care.